Hey, so what you're looking at here is our new Graco line grinding machine. This is a pavement scarfer made by Graco. It's a professional model. I want to say it's the second tier, one step above the cheapest. And as you'll see as I'm backing this thing out of the trailer right now, these are carbide tips. This is a drum. It has 5 different sets of blades, and at the ends of these little star type blades there are carbide tips. And those carbide tips are what actually does the milling of the pavement. Now this is going to be a machine that you want to use if you're just going to take millimeters of the pavement down. If you're trying to remove surface markings, this is going to be your best bet. I have been renting these machines for the last couple of years and decided it was finally time to bite the bullet and get one myself. So this is a video of the first test run with that. So we got our Graco grindlazer. This is a professional model. Some of you may have seen the introductory model. They have the smaller wheels and they do not have the attachment for the driver. I recommend this model right here. It's only $1,000 more. This complete setup will run you about $6,500 with the blades, and it connects right to the line driver. And why that's good, number one, is when you are using these things, they want to jump out of your hand. As soon as it hooks up to the asphalt, it wants to be able to pull away. So you're constantly fighting it. You're constantly pulling back on the handles, trying to stop it from running away on you. So having the driver is nice because you let the machine basically do all the work. So it's got an 8-inch drum on it, and we're going to be using it today to cover up, go over some old arrows and some old line markings. Hey guys, Ryan with Sealcoating here. We are taking a look at a Graco Line Grider today. This is a piece of equipment that we bought this year in a way to try to step up the quality of the work that we were putting out. A lot of times when you go to look at some of these jobs, you wind up seeing stencils upon stencils upon stencils upon stencils, and what that means is Sealcoating Company A doesn't have the same stencils as Sealcoating Company B. Sealcoating Company B says, by the time the sealer wears away, I'll be long gone, the check will be well cashed. So rather than gray or black out the existing markings, whether it be a handicap, a arrow, no parking, fire lane, they just seal over the top of it, drop their stencil, spray it, and like I said, by the time it's an issue, it's not their problem anymore. So what we did was we invested in a pavement scarfing machine. We were getting a lot of work through Tesla installing charging stations at the rest areas up and down 95, so we decided that this was a viable purchase for the work that we were getting. Tesla needed to relocate the parking lines in these charging areas, so they first were having us black out the old lines and then just seal coat that small area. But then the people that own the gas stations or the rest areas said, hey, this looks ridiculous when we got this area over in the corner that looks brand new, and the rest of the parking lot is old, So Tesla, the contractors came up with, now we need to grind off the old markings and make room for the new ones. So we decided that We had more than enough reasons now to purchase this machine, and that's exactly what we did. Now, this scarfing machine in particular is about $6,000. If you add the cost of the carbide blades, you are looking at anywhere from $6,500 to $7,200. If you get the driver attachment, you can figure another $5,200 on that. But at the end of the day, it's really worth it. I mean, if you're out there and you have a big apartment complex to do and you have 20 or so no parkings that need to be either blacked out and gone over again, yeah, most people will say, hey, look, it's easier and cheaper to just black it out and paint over it again. And who cares after the fact that black, that's the reason that the customer is going to call you back, to make that black square go away if they're sick of looking at it. But you know what? What if the customer doesn't call you back? What if they don't want to do a lot for 10 years? You know, it's your duty as a contractor to put that customer in a position to where if he never wants to do his parking lot again, he's not held hostage by lousy workmanship for contractors before, you know, who wanted to take the easy way out. So now, don't get me wrong, this isn't done for free. I mean, this is a good way to upsell. So you look at the customer and you can point out some of the pictures like I'm showing here, and you can say, hey, look, you see this and this and this. These are examples of previous contractors who decided to take the easy way out. Now, over the years, you probably just got accustomed to looking at that and accepted that to be the normal. Well, the parking lot starts to wear, I have to look at 4 different sets of arrows, or vice versa. Well, that's not the case. Now, if you want, I could take my machine, I have a grinding machine, and I can grind those arrows off completely. It's only going to cost you $50, you know, per stencil right now, but in the end, if you never want to seal this parking lot again, once all the sealer starts to wear, you'll never see any of these old arrows. And you know what? That guy is going to think very hard and long about that. And you know, you can negotiate your price however you want to do it, but it's a good way to upsell on jobs, and it's you're not stealing from anybody. You know, you are definitely trading quality for those dollars. So, you know, this is things that we look to try to do to better parking lots when we do them. So this is a video of an example where we weren't going to be doing any seal coating after, and we needed to, you know, kind of return the parking lot to the best of the ability. Now, you're going to notice that the areas that have been scarfed are going to look a lot brighter. The asphalt is going to look a lot, you know, whiter than the asphalt next to it. But I can assure you that after a good week or a month of dirt filling in and that in rain, that it's hardly noticeable. Maybe on newer pavement, you're going to notice it a lot more, but especially on older pavement, you hardly notice it at all. So this is a good way to get a higher caliber quality of work. It's a good way to, you know, get yourself a couple extra bucks on those invoices when you're doing them. And again, it just adds value to who you are as a company. It sets you above the people that you are competing against. So I hope that helps you out. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Thanks.